Hey folks, hope you're all having a great Tuesday morning as usual. The last video that I published was making a leg vise that was made for my friend Sean Stone's shop. I've already got it installed and it turned out great. The next video on my main channel should be on actually installing it. Now he doesn't have a traditional solid top workbench, doesn't really have the room for one, but he did have a good structure to build upon, and what he's got is like a typical utilitarian style 2x4 plywood top workbench that he secured to the wall, so it's not going anywhere. And he already had a couple, one spot where he had a couple legs right next to each other of 2x4s, so it just made sense to drop a leg vise right there. And that way you get the benefits of having a nice, easy to use, high clamping power vise without having a massive workbench or a large dedicated workbench or having the space dedicated out of your shop for a workbench. So if that's a situation that you might find familiar, then be sure to check out the video upcoming this Sunday. And if you haven't already checked out last Sunday's video on actually making the leg vise, be sure to check that out. It's on my main channel. So I've got those two, that other one still to do, and I've also got 3 more from the Wisconsin trip to edit. So I haven't published anything in a couple weeks because I actually magically lost an entire week of time. The Thursday in which I was supposed to go to Wisconsin for the collaboration with myself, Nick Ferry, and April Wilkerson, I don't know why, but something in my head was telling me that I had an entire week before the trip. So I planned out the whole weekend to work through the weekend so I could get ahead, start editing videos on Monday or Tuesday, and then get caught up by like next Wednesday of that particular week. And I was actually at Sean's house installing the, Sean's shop installing the vise, and I got a text from Nick Ferry asking how the drive was so far. And what do you talk about how the drive is so far? So basically, I was a week behind. That was the day I was supposed to leave. And I don't know why, but I thought I had another week. So instead of being ahead and not missing any time, because I was, like I said, working ahead, I was actually behind and didn't get an opportunity to edit any videos while I was gone. So that means when I got back from the trip, I had 5 videos ready to edit, one of which was last Sunday's video, the second of which is this coming Sunday's video, plus 3 from the trip. Plus whatever I do this week. So went from being ahead to being behind. But that's not the end of the world. I also want to kind of rearrange the shop a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit claustrophobic with the camera, being able to move the camera around and just having some empty space in here. And then also this 4-foot by 8-foot assembly / outfeed table. Fantastic. I really like it. If my shop was bigger. So I'm thinking about rearranging some stuff so that this outfeed / assembly table is just going to be an assembly table right in the middle of the shop. And if it doesn't work out with this particular table, with the new layout, then I'll just get rid of it locally and downsize it to like a 3-foot by 6-foot. Like I said, I really, really wish I could keep this space or this table size the way it is. But it's just feeling cluttered in here. So that's the main change with rearranging some stuff. Well, all the tools will be moved. The table saw will be spun around and put onto that wall. So the right side dead space of the table saw is going to go into the wall. So it's kind of like eliminating some wasted space. And then the other big change is my full sheet good rack plywood cart. Again, it's fantastic. I really, really, really like it, but it's just too much space for this shop. For me, what I do, moving this camera around so much, it's just so frustrating to have to squeeze this thing into some spaces. I like the workflow in here, but I really, really miss the ability to put the camera pretty much anywhere I want. And I just feel cluttered in here. Another thing that's kind of motivated me to do this is one of the shops that Nick Ferry, April Wilkerson, and myself visited while we were in Wisconsin. It was the size of a 2-car garage, but it did not have a full garage door. It had 2 double doors that opened up, which allowed more wall space to be used on the side that had the door. So I'm thinking about moving some more of the tools towards the garage door as if that was a similar setup. And that will kind of free up a lot of space. I did a rough layout in Grizzly's online shop planner, and I'll post an image of it on the screen. And yeah, I'm just feeling cluttered, just ready for a change. And the cool thing is, you know, if none of this works out, that I've changed my shop layout so many times. And in the interest of gaining a little bit of efficiency here or there, it's not that big of a deal. You just knock out a couple hours worth of work, and if it doesn't work, then you put it back. So I'm not afraid of moving stuff around. If it doesn't work, I can always move it back. That's it for you guys this week. I may not have an Around the Web post this Saturday again because I am doing some more traveling, so I've got to get everything done in a couple days once again. But once I get back, which will be next week, then hopefully I'll have at least 4 weeks of no traveling, which will be great for me to get back on top of things, get back to normality for a little bit before Woodworking in America in September, which is 4 or 5 days, plus my sister's wedding right after that, which is a full week. So it'll be like 2 weeks away from the house in September. And then I'm not going to travel for a while. I'm so sick of driving everywhere. I just want to be home and be a hermit. I think that's what it is, or someone who doesn't leave. Just sit in the shop and make sawdust. I'm really looking forward to getting back to that. But yeah, I'm not going to tell you what the next project or whatever is. I've got a bunch of stuff on the list, and it may be this and maybe that, and I've got a bad habit of telling you I'm going to do this and not doing it, and instead doing that. So I'm back. I'm about to be gone again. Hopefully you guys have a great week. You guys take care, and I will talk to you next time.